Our company designs, develops and manufactures prototypes of very, very high-speed electric motors to compress air for hydrogen fuel cells. The thing that makes our technology really exciting and unique is that it doesn't use lubricants or oil in order to do this, which makes our technology perfect for hydrogen fuel cells. Project Heidi looks to develop a hydrogen powertrain for London buses and onto buses across the country. As a Londoner, this is a really exciting opportunity to work on such an iconic vehicle, bringing it into the future. We also do aerospace projects, our biggest one with GK and Aerospace, to develop a hydrogen fuel cell aircraft. And again, this is a huge step in helping the aviation industry as well move away from traditional fuels and into the hydrogen net zero space. And there are so many challenges involved with this.
By using Dassault Systèmes software, we've overcome quite a few challenges. 3DX helps me save time because it allows me the flexibility to work with the team as a whole. So as the lead engineer on the Heidi project, I'm not just looking after the engineering side of things, but I also have to make sure my communication is up to date with the purchasing team, quality, and of course the project management. 3DX allows me to do this and to have all the information in one space.
Given that we come from an R&D background and we're now going into prototype and then further down the line into mass production, we need to control everything from parts to documents to procedures to test documents, you name it, we need to do it. We did not have an accurate enough control system back then where you'd want to control documents and you'd want to release parts and you'd want to communicate a message to the entire business, but you weren't able to. You had to set up those meetings, you had to send out loads of emails, and that's what this system does for us. We've now grown pretty much 20 people year on year.
I think the cloud-based system that works with SolidWorks is critical to us because it means that my work is no longer tied to just one single computer, or let's say my work computer in my office. I can take my laptop home and I can work from home on my 3DX platform. From a collaborative side, 3DX allows me to work with my team seamlessly, so I can check on the engineers that are designing the different parts and components of a compressor, for example, and I can make sure in my own time that these parts, let's say, fit together. I can check on 3D Play and 3D Navigate that they all work. I can also use a useful feature, which is the life cycle of the product, and I can see where the traceability is. So we're always trying to make sure that we're not having to design from scratch as we move to a prototyping company. So we're using existing parts. Being able to use existing parts in new projects means that we are working towards a more sustainable product as a whole.
I would say productivity has gone up about 80%. We're no longer set in meetings, unproductive meetings. We no longer send out emails. Anything can be done through the app. We're agile. We can adopt changes on the go overnight, have the ability to manufacture our own parts on site. So we first heard about TECHNIA about 3 years ago. We were doing some research into PLM products and we were looking at all the big players in the industry. We were looking at cost, timing, implementation, storage of data, so on-site through servers or cloud, and literally TECHNIA was a no-brainer.
Of course, as we transfer all of our parts from a local cache into a cloud-based system, we're always going to have some teething issues. TECHNIA have been there to help us along the way and make sure that all our parts get transferred correctly and that they are documented correctly.
I would recommend TECHNIA and SolidWorks as your go-to platforms because they've been terrific.
Aeristech are moving from being an R&D company to a prototype manufacturing company with aspirations to move into full volume production. The software that Dassault and TECHNIA are providing us will be absolutely key in this. It'll make sure that we continually collaborate as a team, which is so important in this day and age of hybrid working. It'll make sure that we have a single source of truth for information to work from, and it'll enable us to go from where we are into the future in a very agile, promising way.